Hi guys, John and Plant here to tell you about something very special coming up in the coming months.
That's right. In October 2024, we were saddened to hear that regular listener and friend of the podcast, James Allen, had passed away at the age of 37 after a brave battle with bowel cancer. So, we're raising money for Teesside Hospice. Teesside Hospice provided James and his family with excellent palliative care. We wanted to support Teesside Hospice by raising some much-needed funds to continue helping enrich the lives of those with cancer in Teesside. So to raise as much money as we can, we're going out of our comfort zone and we're going on a walk.
To Mordor, up Mount Doom.
No, John, that's the Lord of the Rings.
Oh. We're teaming up with James's sister Jen to do a 25-mile walk around Ullswater Way at the Dalmain Loop on Saturday, the May the 3rd.
John, I've not been raising money for charity as long as you have, but I'm going to give Teesside Hospice what I think they want to see.
No, Plenty, I've told you, that's a running man.
Gah!
Guys, if you'd like to support us, just go to justgiving.com/page/100thingpod or get ourselves at 100thingswelearntfromfilm.co.uk.
I hope we end up better off than that lad from Into the Wild.
Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Pantoliano, Plimpton, Green, Quan, Feldman, Cohen, Brolin and Astin. We're looking at 1985's Goonies.
Hey you guys, it's 100 Things We Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts, my name's Planty, and I've just done my bit.
Yeah, and I'm the other guy, and I've got a One-Eyed Willy.
I bet you have.
I bet on the nose there.
Yeah. And the other eye, is it randomly covered in bone? Like, I didn't really understand that. What was going on there? Other bony eye.
I've seen a guy with skin over his eye. It's weird.
That's not skin though, is it? He's a Skellington.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, we're the film podcast that argues like 30 seconds in. We're 100 Things We Learn from Film. We're trying to learn 100 things from every film that we talk about. I'm Plenty. He's John. John, you all right?
I'm all right, mate. It's all the better for seeing you. Bit of a week, but
Cald, isn't it? It's cald.
It's back to Baltic. Back to Baltic, as always.
Back to Baltic. Is that not a Amy Winehouse album? Some might say the finest.
After me putting all my bloody winter gear away, it's back.
Yeah, mate, I keep all my gear out for the cops to see if they're busting my house.
No guy.
We're going to learn 100 things from a particular film, and this week it is picked by one of our patrons. We spun the wheel, and this patron's name came up. A lady called Meg, who supports us by giving us £1 a month. You can do so too by going to 100thingswelearnfromfilm.co.uk or patreon.com/100thingsfilm. Meg wants us to talk about the Goonies, John. The Goonies. The Goonies. Have you got a relationship with this?
I've just always loved it.
Yeah?
I've always loved it. It's just a feel-good thing, isn't it? It's a real feel-good thing.
Yeah, it is. I've always kind of had a bit of a problem with this film. And more than anything, and it's probably just imagining it, it's kind of like the over-sexualisation of children? ? I don't know. I think the problem with this is... Yeah. I think the problem I've got with this is... I saw it the same year I saw Robot Jocks, which is a much better, much more adult film. And then a couple of years later I saw RoboCop and Beetlejuice and all that kind of stuff. And this just never really had the impact on me that those 15 and 18 films had on 7, 8, 9-year-old Plenty. So, yeah. But, got to say, watching it twice this week, I had a whale of a time. Because it's
funny.
Very well paced. It's very well written. I was astonished it was nearly 2 hours long.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe
it doesn't feel like
as long as Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. It's and it flew in though.
It does, absolutely does.
Yeah.
And that's without the stupid cut-out bits. But what we'll do is we'll throw over to Meg, because she has got our first fact of the episode.
Hi, my name's Meg. I've picked The Goonies, a film that I used to watch with my parents when I was younger and loved. And a fact about it is the map they use contains real blood on it.
Thanks, Meg. I mean, that certainly gets us started. Meg also told me on message earlier on that she grew up in Barnsley, which I know anyway, from a few discussions we've had. But it's one of only 7 places that's still in the UK that's got a 70mm projector.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
I'm just going to assume that's because it's the cinema out of Cinema Paradiso. It's just never been moved forward. Put your watches back 50 years, we're going to South Yorkshire. So that's a second kind of bonus fact, which I am nicking.
Good.
There we go. John, 1985? 86? I got very confused. I didn't know what year it was.
1985, what a year.
Was it? What was it?
Oh God, aye. What a year. We've done it recently because I remember seeing some of these. So there was Life Force, which was the horror thing with
Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart, yeah. Day of the Dead.
Oh, Day of the Dead, future episode.
Cat's Eye.
Again, Paul had never seen it. Oh, you know what? It must have been a Death Wish.
Must have been one of the Death Wishes.
It must have been Death Wish 3.
Yeah,
because Paul had never seen Cat's Eye. Yeah.
Raymond Ollie's it. Enemy Mine.
Oh, mate, that's such a good movie. Lou Gossett Jr. Yeah.
Yeah. Pale Rider.
That's great too. Yeah.
European Vacation.
Previous episode.
And Fright Night.
Not a previous episode. Watched that again recently. It's held up very well.
It's alright. Yeah.
Much better than those remakes.
Aye, well, the pants. The transformation scene's still a bit rubbish.
Got your boyfriend in the background.
Aye, but
is he there today? Can you move your camera around? Have you got your boyfriend? Is he still in the room? David Tennant. He's not there. He's gone.
Oh, he's lurking in it. He's right in the shadows. Oh no, you can't see him.
David Tennant lurking in the shadows.
He's in the shadows.
By the way, John, have you watched that Rivals show on Disney Plus? With David Tennant, where he basically plays.
No, we're going to watch it.
Mate, it is so good. Like it's so bad and so good. It's like Jilly Cooper's Rivals, and it's got a great cast of fucking
we're going to watch it.
TV character actors. Mate, it's so good.
Is it good?
And
what a fun.
It's silly sexy, but it is kind of sexy.
Kind of sexy.
Kind of silly sexy. It's what we like.
Yeah.
At our age, it's what we like.
Exactly.
Confessions of an open reach engineer.
Oh god, aye. Open reach around engineer.
Hey! No time for the in out. I'm here to check the meter. Right, okay. So we're going to go through the movie. There's going to be spoilers abound for a film that this year, John, is celebrating its 40th anniversary.
Man,
that's astonishing.
Jesus, that's crazy, man.
I'd love to say we're getting ahead of the curve so that when people look up the Goonies podcast on whatever their podcast thing is, they're going to find us. They're absolutely not going to find us because there's been 7,000 podcasts have done episodes on the Goonies.
Right, we just need to dig
the
deep.
The history and the legacy of the Goonies has been covered in full. But I've still got some facts that I had no idea about.
Aye, so bad.
I've got some good ones.
Yeah.
I'd say I've got some good ones. Everyone's going to go, we fucking knew that, pal. Right, again, if you like what we do, give us a quid and we will put you on the wheel, shout you out. John, I spun the wheel just before we came on. You weren't there. The wheel got spun with that. Well, you were there, but I ain't got my headphones in, so I didn't know you were there.
I know you're going to. I was just watching you.
It landed on our friend Dan Belson.
Oh, the bellboy.
Yeah, the bellboy. Man, I hope he wants to do quadrophenia now.
All right, bellboy.
So God knows what that'll be.
Oh, madness.
Reference to Liberace in this, by the way, which takes us back to.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the
as
chances?
Soon as I said it,
like everything's fucking cyclical, which takes us back to Army of the Dead.
Yeah. When it says they rung the bell, I remember that fact. It's just come out of nowhere. Like, where the hell did that come from?
Go and listen to our episode on. I mean, Zack Snyder, has he been cancelled yet?
No, not yet.
Surely he's going to be like head of entertainment in the new Trump.
I think Trump's going to employ him.
Anyway, right, okay. So,
make Vegas great again.
We open with Steven Spielberg presents. You know him from previous episodes of Jurassic Park.
Yep, his first complete film was called Amblin in 1968. It was a short film he wrote and directed.
Never seen it.
Never.
I've seen Duel 100 times. I love Duel.
But Amblin sounds like something he's just made in his bedroom, innit?
Yeah, well, Amblin Entertainment is his entertainment.
That's his, yeah. That's it all started.
Yeah. Richard Donner again. Like we really need to figure out like a route map for these episodes instead of just scattergun going. Let's do this, and we go. Oh, it's this cunt again.
I know.
Oh, it's that hairdresser again that used to do pubes.
I've got one. Well, I don't know if we got this one.
Go
I
on.
don't think we did. So his film was a film called X-15.
All right.
It's a 1961 Cold War drama starring Charles Bronson.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going behind the curtain.
Enemy lines. I just went. I was going to say Irish.
Your Bronson impression is getting. Mate, as the years gone, by the time next year we do Death Wish 5, your Charles Bronson impression is going to really fucking make.
Come on.
Piss himself. Yeah.
Do you know? I want to get a good Morgan Freeman one because I watched a YouTube video of two gamers on Call of Duty, and one of them said to the other, "If you're going to kill me and do impersonation of Morgan Freeman." And then this guy sort of goes by the window and all he says is, "I can smell you," but in a Morgan Freeman accent. That's so funny.
Very good. Budget, John, of $19 million redos. And it made $125 million. Not so shabby.
Not bad. Not
Selected
bad.
into the National Film Registry in 2017
Of course it was.
for being culturally important. I don't think it's that culturally important, but I don't know.
Dear Goonies! I don't know.
In jail, it's lunchtime, John. In jail, it's lunchtime. The cop finds Robert Davi hanged, but he's got a note. You really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself? Robert Davi wakes up and incapacitates the guard.
As you do. As you do.
In US jails, John, they need to offer a minimum of 2 meals a day, neither of which need to be hot.
What?
In a 2020 investigation into US prisons, as if they need that, they found that 3 out of 4 people surveyed were served spoiled food whilst in the clink.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
And 17 out of 1,000 people were in that human centipede from the third human centipede film. Where would you like to be in a human centipede, John? Should I have interest?
Oh, I'm thinking I'd want to be at the front.
I'd be quite happy last, to be honest.
Really?
Like, if it's a big long one, you want to be last because, like, you're not going to get anything then, are you? And you're going to be the one that's causing everyone else hassle when you die first.
Aye, getting dragged a bit.
I know,
Getting dragged a bit.
And imagine trying to, mate,
Like
try to
the
carry
back end of the
my
fly.
weight about. Come on now.
Oh. The prison scene was shot in Clapton County Jail in Astoria, Oregon. It is now a museum.
Oh, right, okay.
Because at first I thought it was a soundstage, but it's actually a real jail.
Nice. I got some facts on Oregon coming up at some point. Some point in my fucking notes, I don't know. Outside, the last of the 2 Fratellis are there. Joey Pants. We love Joey Pants, by the way.
Joey Pants,
don't we?
yeah.
Everybody's favourite cop out of Bad Boys. Everybody's favourite chief out of Bad Boys. R.I.P.
Yep.
That character, by the way. Spoiler for not the last one, but the one before. Is there 4 Bad Boys films now? Am I imagining?
2. Bad
Boys
2.
Bad
Boys.
Bad Boys 4 Life, which they should have saved for the 4th one. Why didn't they do that?
Aye.
And Bad Boys Ride or Die? Question mark.
Aye.
Have you seen
God,
it?
aye. No.
No, I haven't.
Nah.
And the 3rd one, I was kind of like, oh, I get it. It's funny because he's fat, but I don't think it was because I'm fat. That's not funny.
Never funny.
That's a fall over. And the other one, obviously, there's Robert Davi, and there's Throw Mama Fratelli from the Train.
Yeah, God, she's yeah.
And Ramsey, by the way.
Yeah, she's been loads of stuff.
Well,
Loads of horrors.
yeah, died not a long time after this. Throw Mama from the Train's brilliant because she's just such an unlikable character.
Oh, aye. She's a C-word, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's atrocious.
Yeah, she really is. They're waiting in a black 1984 Jeep Cherokee XJ.
All right, okay. Oh, new car at this time then. Mm-hmm. They're pouring petrol, and when Davi gets in the car, Jake shoots the petrol and it ignites, trapping the cops in this fucking box of fire.
This box of fire, I know.
Mark.
God.
And this is how we get introduced to all the characters while they're chasing them through the town. It's a really fucking good idea.
Oh, I know, it's great. Yeah, enjoy
they
it.
pass all of these characters on the way. And I guess you would look at it now and you would kind of go, it's maybe a little bit fucking laboured and a little bit stumped, but I like it a lot.
Aye, in the day that was because let's just see all the characters before you even met them.
Yeah, because they nearly run over Rosalita. She's great. Mouse watching it out the window.
Yeah. So is Chunk. He's squashed
Chunk's
his
in
burger
the
against the
burger
window.
place. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Andy and Troy are on the football field. The new maid nearly gets run over. Martha Plimpton. Right, Martha Plimpton. And I love Martha Plimpton because when I hurt my hand and I wasn't able to work for a few weeks, I watched almost the entirety of a TV show called, I want to say it's called Raising Faith or something. It's not. Raising Hope. Raising Hope.
Oh, right, okay.
On Disney Plus, which is where Martha Plimpton. There's a wife. I wonder what the fuck you were waving at.
You.
Fucking right. Which is a TV show where Martha Plimpton plays one of the parents of this kid, this lad who has a baby with a woman on death row, and then she's fucking murdered, and he ends up with the kid. And they're basically kind of hicks, and that's the thing. But they're really sweet hicks. Like, they've never had any money, they've never had anything, but they're really sweet people. And she's great. She's great in that. She's fantastic in that.
What's it called?
Raising Hope.
Oh, right, okay.
It's on Disney Plus. I got about 4 out of 5 series through, and then cancelled Disney Plus. Then went back to work and haven't had time to watch it. And then cancelled Disney Plus because fuck those guys.
So you like a bit of the Plimpton then?
Oh, mate, yeah. Except, what the fuck is she doing here? Diving headfirst into a barrel to get crabs by her face?
I know, but it doesn't explain what she's doing. She just comes back up and just dries her hair and then just stands with it.
She's just showing what fucking hardcore she is.
She's a tomboy.
But I think she's probably one of the most fleshed out characters in it.
Yeah, towards the end,
Yeah, anyway. Data's using magnets as a gadget, and Chuck's eating this takeaway.
Yep.
The film Mouth's watching on TV, Some Like It's Hot, 1959 film with Curtis and Lemon, of course. Great movie. Marilyn Monroe. Basically, they join they dress up as women. It's really fucking progressive.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I know, I've seen it. Yeah.
Magnets, John. How the fuck do they work? I'm pretty sure there's an annoying Jesus cartoon. Magnets work because the way electrons spin in molecules of a magnet, the spinning electrons create small magnetic fields, and the alignment of these fields creates a magnetic force.
There you go.
Euromagnetic force.
Yeah, I know.
But he's got on the bottom of his shoes like the wheels at the bottom of his shoes. They're those wheelies before wheelies existed.
Yeah.
Your man,
he was having a boot.
Huncon Quack or whatever he's called, has got a fucking case here, hasn't he?
Aye, he's pretty much rented it.
I mean, he won't be bothered because he's an Oscar winner now.
Oh, aye, he's too good for suing people.
He's too good for wheelies.
Heelys.
Heelys, that's what they're called.
Heelys.
Those fucking kids wandering around fucking shopping centres just gliding. It freaked me the fuck out because often I'd like be behind a counter in a shop and you'd see them wheeling just down the thing, and I think they were fucking possessed.
Aye, they're just coming at you like zombies.
Like Cleopatra.
Coming at you.
The Fratellis drive on the beach where there's this 4x4 race ongoing, so it's a perfect cover in the getaway.
Yeah.
At the Walsh's house, Mikey and Brand are the kids.
Yeah, it's a very weird name, isn't it?
Brand, right? Now, for years, I thought he was called Brad. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I've been calling him Brad all this time. But I guess it's short for Brandon? Question mark.
Must be.
You never know with the Americans, though, do you?
Brandon. Aye, it is. Brandon Walsh. Brandon Walsh?
Bradley Walsh.
Close.
They're moving out, and they're both going to miss the place. We don't really know why. Mouth arrives, and we learn it's their last weekend together.
So this, I was looking these both up because they're obviously really young in this. So Sean Astin's first role was in 1981, a televised movie called Please Don't Hit Me, Mum, right?
Fucking hell.
That's about.
That sounds like my childhood.
That's pretty bad. And Corey Feldman's first acting role was in a McDonald's commercial when he was 3-year-old.
Oh, right. Okay.
He was a tiny baby.
But I tell you, the one thing that they did really well in this is they didn't have 30-year-olds playing kids.
Oh, yeah. And that was, you need that.
Yeah, because Thanos is only 17 in this. Little baby Thanos. So he'd only got one of the Infinity Stones at this point.
Because you fucking hate that. Soon you watch these programs as teenagers and you can tell about 25, 26 and you're like, what the really?
Mate, 90210 in the 90s.
Oh.
At least one of them was 30.
Aye, easily.
Bad crack. Mouth's wearing a Purple Rain t-shirt, John. I found a Purple Rain t-shirt in the kids' size on Prince's web store. Shirts of skins. $30.
$30.
I mean, that guy is still fucking raking it in long after his death.
Aye. Are they watching James Bond at some point? Is somebody watching James Bond?
No,
Somebody's
the
watching
James Bond theme comes on when Data comes through the fucking screen door.
Have you got in on that?
I have, yeah, go for it though.
Oh, mate, I love this. So the Goonies, Steven Spielberg included James Bond theme in exchange for the Close Encounters music for Moonraker.
No.
I think producer Albert R. Broccoli.
Yeah,
used
absolutely.
it. Aye.
Yeah.
So that was the exchange.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely.
That's
Do you know
good,
what?
isn't it?
If Meg's fact wasn't already fact of the fucking show, that'd be up there for me.
Because I was wondering, because I actually typed in how much did it cost them to actually use that music, and they're like, no, it's free. They just exchanged it. So Close
deal.
Encounters music is it's in Moonraker.
All right, okay. The James Bond theme has been used in every Bond theme, John, since Dr. No in 1962. Composed by Monty Norman and arranged by John Barry, a pair of first-name pricks.
Oh, you don't like it, do you?
Remixed by Moby for Tomorrow Never Dies. Which Mate, did everybody have that album? Because it's still somewhere.
Everybody
on my
had
CD
it.
rack,
Everybody had it. They did, didn't
Mate, I bought that the same day I bought Travis is the Man Who. What a fucking double album job that is.
Nah,
2 for 20 quid at HMV in Leeds.
I think I got that and Fatboy Slim's album.
Mate, that was a fucking great album too.
There's a banger as well, wasn't it? Right.
I think Tomorrow Never Dies might be a top 3 worst Bond film for me. It's definitely up there with the Madonna one, the one where Madonna does the song.
Oh, the swashbuckling.
And that's got the son, and the son is the villain in that.
Aye.
And he's got the car, and he drives the car in the Arctic. Definitely, that's in the top 3 as well. Listeners, let us know what your top 3 worst James Bond films are. In 1997, this version, the Moby version, was 94 in the Mum's Gone to Iceland chart, 44 in the Stupid Sexy Flanders Ultra Pop, 31 in Sweden, and 27, John, where?
The Netherlands!
Yeah!
Done. Let's go. Let's go!
Now it's happening. Chunk arrives and they make him do a dance before he can come in. The name of the dance, John?
Truffle Shuffle.
Truffle Shuffle. Now, as a very fat man, as a greatly obese man who next time he has to leave the house he's going to have a wall removed, right? I'm not that annoyed about it, but this kid isn't fat. The kid isn't fat. I mean, it would help if every time his parents saw him on the beach they didn't bring him a Domino's pizza.
Oh yeah, that would help. Yeah,
but I'm actually wearing a t-shirt, my Dark Side of the Button Moon t-shirt, which is from Truffle Shuffle, the company Truffle Shuffle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've also got a couple of Simpsons t-shirts from there. Yeah. They're good
Nice.
t-shirts. I need to refresh my wardrobe from things other than Nottingham Forest tops, so I probably need to buy a couple of new shirts. Chunk tells him about the cop car chase. He says, it's the most amazing thing I ever saw. And the line is, more amazing than Michael Jackson coming over to your house to use the bathroom. He says, okay, Michael Jackson didn't come over to my house to use the bathroom, but his sister did.
Sister did.
So I thought, I fucking know this. It's either Janet or it's LaToya. But John, you will be astounded to know there is a third Jackson sister.
What?
Rebby.
Rebby Jackson?
Rebby Jackson.
Rebby
the
Jackson.
oldest. And only today, John, did I find out she exists. Shamble.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
There you go. Data slides down a zip wire. We've already talked about James Bond. Chuck drops a statue of Michelangelo's David where the knob falls off.
Yeah.
And Mikey says, that's my mom's favourite piece. And Mouth says, that explains why you were born. Which, okay.
It's childish, but it's
Yeah, I
still
like it, mate. You know me. We learn that the families are being bought out by developers. They're all being split up. Data suggests they'll end up in Detroit, which is the murder capital of America. Or at least, John, I think it was until 1987 when RoboCop moved in.
Yeah, and then cleaned up the streets. Your moves, creep.
John, the current top 5 cities in America that could be classed as the murder capitals are New Orleans, St. Louis, Baltimore, Memphis, and the streets of Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, although I think it's AIDS kills people on the streets of
No, I was
Philadelphia.
going to say that. Nah.
Judging from what I know from that film. That's a jolly old time, isn't it?
Oh, it's fucking horrible. I went to pictures to see
That's
that.
a fun time, isn't it?
I went to see Dumb and Dumber one week and then Philadelphia the next.
It's such a good movie, though.
Aye, but it's proper dicks. Worse than bloody Interview with a Vampire.
Worse how?
He just wants to kill himself all the time, doesn't he, Louis?
Oh, he
Who
does.
was me?
He
I just
does.
want to kill myself. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
He's got plantations and everything. He's fucking want to kill himself. Like, fucking
yeah, but I guess that means he's a slave trader.
En-
I think I
entitled
probably
to
want to kill
white
myself too. If I was a slave trader. Mom arrives home with a new maid, Rosalita. We've seen Mom in two different things. She's got a broken arm in this. For reasons? Question mark. I don't know. Doesn't really make any sense.
She could have tried to dislocate her shoulder, like and Lethal Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon,
Lethal
trying to
Weapon,
pop
yeah.
the shoulder.
She was dislocating her shoulder to get out of the cuffs
Out of the handcuffs,
in Cartagena when Michael Douglas was going together. Rosalita's the new maid. She doesn't speak English. She relies on mouth to translate, and it is good. It's a good bit. Mouth translate everything incorrectly to scare her. Always separate the drugs. Drogus. If you do a bad job, you'll be locked in the attic with the cockroaches. Now, the joke kind of here is that this actress could speak very good English because she's born in America, apparently.
Right.
But she translated everything phonetically for the kid to help him
good.
with his Spanish. There you go. So she
good.
helped basically write the script. So I hope she was given a fucking
Hope she gets some credit
on that.
Aye.
Mom heads to the supermarket and tells Brand that Mikey isn't allowed out because he's got the asthma. So it's on brand, and it's not that on brand, to protect him. He suggests putting him in a bubble, doesn't he? And I was
Bubble
like,
boy.
the boy in the bubble, I know this is a thing, but I only know it's a thing from a Simpsons reference and John Travolta film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aye. Mine's just for what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal's Bubble Boy.
Oh, no, I've never. I think that would
You never
probably
seen
be
it?
a really good episode.
It'd be
for
good,
us.
but I don't know if we get away with a lot yet.
The boy in the bubble was David Vetter. He had an autoimmune deficiency and died in 1984 at the age of 12. He's not the last kid we're going to talk about this episode that died at the age of 12, by the way. Keep it light.
I know.
Hey, even the boy in the bubble had a pack of cards. The kids discuss going in the attic to get the items on loan from the museum. And I wrote down, this is my second watch, it's never explained, but there's a real throwaway line which might be ADR later on, which is, Dad was writing something about the town, and so he's got to, he borrowed the things that they didn't want.
Oh,
and
right, okay.
He was doing a collection for the museum,
research thing,
and they didn't
right.
want it because they were too busy filming the Fratelli's prison break from there, that now they're going to do this. And I was kind of, so it kind of is explained, but it's a bit fucking tenuous, but it is a children's film, so, you know.
Aye, true.
It's not as tenuous as Mac and Me, I guess. Or the one where the kid gets picked up by the
Aviator.
The Aviator, the last Aviator.
Aye,
Pee Wee Herman, by the way. That guy wasn't
No.
allowed near kids after that, was he? So they go and see if there's something valuable that they can sell to save the rec centre, I think. Whatever the fuck's going on in this film.
Yeah.
There's loads of pirate-related junk, and this painting that Mouth puts his tongue through. Come on and give me a nice licorice kiss, which I
know it's that gross.
I think the term licorice kiss a lot.
Did you see the plasma globe for no reason?
Yeah,
There's a plasma
I haven't
globe in
thought
there.
about plasma globes in
Never.
probably about
never.
20 years.
They were invented back in 1894 by Nikola.
I knew you were going to say Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Because David Bowie had loads of them in that film.
He really did,
Wolverine,
didn't he? And the Prestige. But the modern plasma globe was perfected in 1970 by James Fall.
Perfected?
I had one.
I'm
I
going
had
to
one,
challenge
aye.
that. I
Sure,
reckon
sure.
we could perfect it.
Oh, easy.
Just give
easy.
me a bunch of fucking live electricity and some glass. What could go wrong?
Oh, I forgot to mention that chest expander. Did you ever hit one?
Oh,
when
I've
you
got
were a
some
kid?
chest expander stuff too.
Have
yeah,
you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right, you go first. You
Oh,
go
fuck,
first,
it's
you
here
go.
somewhere. Let me think. You start, and I'll.
Well,
fill
there's
in
a
the
bit of a debate as to who invented it. So there's a couple of people. So in the 1890s, Swiss American inventor Gustav Goswell is credited with it, but they're saying it's a guy called Henry Cost. He invented it in 1857, so we don't really know. We weren't there.
Gustav Cosby, famous
Gustav
sexual assault.
Goswella. Would you like a drink?
Chest expander, or known as stand pulling. It's known as stand pulling. 1857, the Dublin Quarterly Journal of Medical Science claimed the modern chest expander was invented and patented by Henry Cost. By the end of the 1800s, they were a common household exercise device found in many affluent homes. And Astoria, Oregon, apparently. Decathlon expander, John, 13 quid at Argos. God, the thing I remember the most about the chest expander is a clip from You've Been Framed, where a guy tries to stand on one and stretch, and it the tongs and it kills him or something.
Oh.
That won like clip of the year one year. I remember that.
Oh, really?
Mate, it was a different age, wasn't it? What an age we lived in. I'd love to watch all those again.
There was no health and safety. The old ones?
Yeah,
Jeremy
the
Beadle?
really, really old ones.
Aye.
Yeah, the Beadle ones.
When you see people actually having proper health and safety issues.
Yeah. 250 quid. Can you imagine that?
I know.
Can you imagine doing a show on TV now where you go, give us 250 quid for your videos? You would be fucking inundated, wouldn't you?
I know.
You would need a team of hundreds of thousands of people.
Because Fail Army get them for free. They don't pay anybody. They just fucking put them up, and it's constant, man. Constant.
Is it
constant
still a thing?
clips.
Fail Army?
Aye, still a thing. Aye, Fail Army. It's got a channel on Samsung TV.
Jesus Christ! Thank God I've got an LG.
Me too.
Oh, when they let Chunk in, by the way, there's this Rube Goldberg fucking machine, isn't there? Where like a golf ball falls.
Aye, they do that. Aye.
And something frightens a chicken, and the chicken lays the egg.
Lays
and
the
I
egg.
thought
that's
a
right.
surefire way to bring down the prices of fucking eggs in America at the minute. Because they won't eat eggs if it's salmonella, bird flu. We're just like, get them in me, get them in me.
Get them in, aye.
So I googled, do chickens lay eggs if you scare them? When a chicken feels threatened or stressed, its body prioritises a survival mechanism over egg production, leading to a decrease, John, in egg production.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is it a lie?
Why, John? Why must the Goonies?
Why? Jesus.
Why must they lie to us?
My survival instinct when I'm hungover is to have sex, to
lay an egg.
reproduce. Aye, reproduce.
What? Because you think
Because I'm going to die. Aye. That's what I keep telling Kirsty.
I got a feel for Kirsty on a Saturday and Sunday morning. I've got to be honest.
Like, hungover. I'm going to die.
I'm going to die, Kirsty. There's only one thing for it. She's like that. Take the dogs for a walk.
I know.
There's loads of pirate-related junk up in this thing, isn't there?
Yep, up in here. Yeah.
Mikey finds a frame map, which he passes to Chunk because he knows he'll drop it. That's the joke, isn't it?
That's
and
good,
there's
isn't
a little bit where he stood there, he's going, 3, 2, 1, and then he drops it and smashes it. It's really good.
It's very good.
Sean Astin took the map home and had it for years until his mum found it and threw it out, think it was some crinkled old paper.
You're joking?
I'm not joking, mate. Well, that's the Internet Movie Database tells me.
Sean Astin's mum's a dick.
Sean Astin's mum's a famous actress, I think.
It was.
His dad's Gomez, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, what's her name? That's so annoying.
I was going to say Peggy Lee, but that's the singer. Is that all there is?
No.
Anyway, we'll come back to it. We probably won't. He says, 1682, is this a year or something? And I was going like, yeah, I found some stuff from 1682. It was really dry. Instead, I decided to look up the next line. No, it's your top score on pole position.
Oh, pole position, remember that? Pole position.
I knew you were going to do the song. I knew
yeah, Captain.
Pole Position, John, the arcade game 1982 from Namco. The first racing video game to feature a real track based on a real track. The Fuji Racetrack.
No way.
Yeah.
Tra-la-la-la. I went straight to Fuji's.
The highest grossing arcade game in Japan in 1982 and top grossing in Europe in 1983. I know exactly what's going to happen here, by the way. Every time we do videos, we always end up putting out videos of when we're talking about arcade games.
Aye.
I know we're going to end up putting this fucking short out,
Yep.
so hello to anyone listening at the shorts. In the United States, it sold over 21,000 arcade cabinets for an estimated $61 million in fucking 1983 money.
Jesus.
The 1984 spin-off cartoon, which John was singing the theme tune to, you didn't write the theme tune, though. It was one of the main characters, is called Dan Darrett, and is played by David Coburn, the voice of Captain Planet.
No way. There you go.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, and did you know the Green Cross Code guy as well? I'm sure there was some kind of road safety
Princess
aspect in
Leia,
there.
I demand that you get your coats. I'm sure there was a niner in there somewhere. One of them's wearing a pirate hat. I think his chunk puts on a pirate hat at some point, and I thought, they're not just called pirate hats, are they? They're called tricorn hats. Hats. A triangular hat with a wide brim and 3 points. I've got 3 points. You've got 2.
Tricorn.
Tricorn on the cob. We learned this map is for a pirate, One-Eyed Willy, which John mentioned earlier on. The ship who was trapped in a cave locally since the British sealed him in. Oh, the bloody British.
God damn those
What
Brits.
a bunch of bastards.
I know. Such a small country as well. Why are they so annoying?
One lot of them are much more annoying than others, though, aren't they, John? That's the important thing.
I know.
Mikey explains that the three, in the 30s, a guy called Chester Cobblepot went to find the treasure, but never.
The penguin.
You lousy minx! I should have had your spade. Outside, the developers arrived. They're giving them papers to sign for the house. The plan is to develop a golf course or extend out the country club. I think it's probably the country club from Caddyshack. The last episode we did.
Or something Trump was doing at the time.
Oh no, absolutely. Trump mortgages. You know, in the background somewhere, you've got Rodney Dangerfield going, I just want to exchange. I can't get no respect from the Goonies or something.
I get no respect.
They're certain to foreclose on this. But say goodbye to these characters because you're not going to see them for another 90 minutes.
Yeah,
they're
gone.
here. They're here and then they're nothing
and
until
they're
they get
Max.
one line at the end.
Aye.
Like they're such like a two-dimensional threat. It's unbelievable. The kids really don't want to lose their homes. Mikey and his mates want to save the neighbourhood, and Mikey's plan is to look for One-Eyed Willy's treasure. Later, Brandy's watching Cyndi Lauper video, David Bowie.
Yeah. Oh, she helped with the soundtrack, by the way.
She did.
That's
she
why
was
she's in
the general soundtrack woman. I've written it down somewhere here. I don't know where it is. Musical director, John. She was the musical director.
And Good Enough was specifically done for this movie.
It was, backing vocals, John, by Robert Davi.
Really?
Robert Davi. Yeah, backing vocals.
Jesus.
49, John, in West Germany. 22. By the way, Meg, who's picked this episode, her boyfriend is from West Germany. Or he might be from East Germany, but I think it's West Germany. 22 in New Zealand, present. 10 in USA. And 9 in Canada, the video is fucking mental. I don't know if you watched the video for this. I've Googled it and watched it. Right? It's got the Bangles in as a bunch of lady pirates and loads of wrestlers. Super Mario himself, Captain Lou Albino. The Iron Sheik, who's one of my favourite wrestlers. Rowdy Roddy Piper. And Andre the Giant.
No way.
They're all in it, mate. They're all in it.
Nice.
Fun. Go away and watch that, listeners. It's really good. In fact, there's 2 videos. Brand at this point, 17 years old. Brand now, Brolin, is 56 years old, which is the same age as Anne Ramsey, Mama Fratelli was when she filmed this.
Oh, wow, Jesus.
Astonishing. Drink some water, listeners. Go away and drink. It says me drinking a fucking litre of whiskey, but go away and drink some water.
That's a
ring a ding ding.
Ring a ding dong.
Yeah, so Bram's watching this video and he's using his chest expanders. The kids tie him to the chair with the chest expanders and make him run for it. Mouth lets down the tyres on his bike and they ride off.
Raging.
Mum arrives and sets him free soon after, and he discovers the bike tyres are flat. But he nicks this child's bike, and I think it's maybe Data's sister.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because
it's the whitest neighbourhood in the world.
Yeah.
It's. I've got to be honest. It's even whiter than my fucking street, and that's the whitest street. He's on this little tiny kid's bike to chase them. In his car, Troy is with Andy and Steph. So Andy, again,
the love interest.
Yes, very 2D. Steph at least has got something about her. They see Brand on the child's bike. Troy grabs Brand's hand and accelerates, and when he lets go, he sails off this fucking hillside. If it was GTA, he'd get a fucking achievement for going off that hillside.
Oh, aye, I bet.
The boys spot the rocks from the map, and using this doubloon, which is really weird, it's got holes in that are the shape of the rocks.
Lines up with the...
And the lighthouse. And the restaurant building are all in the holes. Now, this wooden building has not been standing for 400 years.
Oh, no. I know. It's a bit of like, what the rocks I get, but no the building.
Sweet. But again, the rocks would
It could have been a lighthouse, though, because there's really stupid, really old lighthouses. Maybe it was just the lighthouses meant to be shown.
Yeah, well, Portland.
Because the lighthouse was old.
That's 30 years old, isn't it?
Aye.
TV show, cartoon.
Don't come with me to the rolling sea where the willows Carmen still.
Oh, look at you! Fucking hell, I'd completely forgotten that was a thing.
I remember it.
Although I did do an episode with Ian at Cult Connections on lighthouses. We did Portland Bill, an episode of Doctor Who, which happens entirely in a lighthouse.
Yeah, the sea things.
Yeah.
The
and
sea
something else. The Lighthouse, maybe the movie, The Lighthouse. It's a great movie, by the way.
I've got it on my watch list.
It's so good.
Aye.
Especially after you've watched Nosferatu.
Aye, I'll give it a go.
I've got to be honest. Personally, The Lighthouse is fucking miles better than Nosferatu.
Oh, really?
It's not scary. It's just fucking mad.
Is it fun?
Oh yeah. Like Nosferatu's mad. This is mad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'll give it.
More on that later in the month.
Actually, do you remember when the BMXs? Do you know what BMX stands for?
Something rude when we were kids, we used to say.
No, but actually means bicycle motocross.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was originated in California in the 1960s, so it means bicycle motocross.
Wow, I know I never knew that.
I know.
Well,
We've been driving them. We've been driving them professionally for years. But we've been on these stunt pegs forever. And didn't even know what
stunt pegs. Fuck me. So they head to this old building where they spot the Fratellis, and mistaking them for restaurant staff.
Yeah.
We see the Cherokee with the bullet holes in the garage. They're speed holes. It makes it go faster. The boys head in, and the Fratellis spot them. Mama explains to Jake the boys are customers. Mouth's being a dick, demanding food, isn't it? Mama grabs him. The only thing we serve is tongue. Tongue, John, if you want some. 125 grams of deli-style tongue slices at Sainsbury's, £3.15. Or a kilo of ox tongue from Eversfield Organic, $15.99 plus delivery. Now, I got to be honest. Growing up, I ate a lot of shit, right? But I think I could probably buy an ox tongue, I could cook it low and slow, I could spice it up, and it would make the best fucking sandwich in the world.
Aye.
But Rachel would not even have that in the house.
Nah.
She would fucking slap me silly with it before I'd even put it. She really would.
Death by tongue. Jesus. What way to go?
There's a matzo balls reference here somewhere. I don't know what it is. And I didn't know what matzo balls were. Matzo meal, fat and eggs are mixed along with a little water or broth and any seasonings of your choice. It is a traditional Jewish suet dumpling.
Oh.
So it's what we'd put in our stew. I love a suet dumpling, by the way.
No, I know you do. Addicted.
I'm very litigious. I'm always suet dumplings. Cut that. She tells them to sit down and brings them 4 glasses of water? ?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Ribena. I thought it was Ribena. I know. I was like, what the hell?
By the way, listeners, if you want to watch this in 4K, it's on Netflix in the UK.
Yeah.
Get on it. Yeah. Is this supposed to be water? Well, it's wet, ain't it? She's a delight. I love her. Mikey asks for the bathroom, and it's downstairs. Stay to the right. Chunk says, don't go downstairs because there'll be loads of daddy longlegs. There's so many things that daddy longlegs could be, right? So I found 3 creatures. Opiliones, or harvestmen, in order of arachnids. So that's basically the spidery ones.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, that's the different spider, the American spidery ones. Follisaid or cellar spiders, which are the ones that we have. You know, the ones with the little tiny round bodies, the massive legs.
The massive legs, yeah.
Or the crane fly, that's the flying ones that just fly at the fucking window.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
Twats.
They are a bit thick, aren't they?
It's worse when you've got bloody Venetian blinds. Remember, it just be hitting half the bloody blinds all the time. You're like, fuck my life.
You grab them by a leg and you open the window.
And if you grab the leg, but the leg comes off and you're left with a twitching leg.
Oh, yeah. It's not the fucking thing. Mike heads downstairs and sees on the left, because he doesn't stay to the right, Robert Davi singing opera and feeding this freakish-looking man, this disabled man, in chains. He leaves, and Mikey grabs a broom and pushes this bin lid full of food to him. All I've ever wanted in my life, John, is a bin lid full of food. I'd love to go to a restaurant where they just serve me a bin lid full of food.
And just pushed it like one of the Cannes diners.
And, and I just go, server been bad. Mate, I would tip fucking 30% for that kind of behaviour.
Really God, would.
Especially if they just give me steins of beer as well.
Oh God, aye. And threw them at you and you had to catch them.
Oh mate, I'm just a disgusting human being. Absolutely. So Mikey grabs the broom, pushes it to him, and the freakish man celebrates. Just then, Brand's in the corridor and grabs Mikey. They run out, chased by Mama Fratelli. I hate kids. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that very much so. And I'm not even 56. Brand tells the boy that playtime's over and the gang watch the Fratellis leave from a safe distance. Just then, Andy and Steph arrive. They gave Troy the slip because he was angling the mirror to look down her top. I don't know how, because she's got a fucking big jumper on.
I know. It's just a bit weird, isn't it?
But,
it's a bit weird.
Teenage boys, though, innit?
Boys, they'll do anything for a wee pair, wouldn't they?
Men, boo! They all head in, except the girls who wait outside, until one of them stands on a rake covered in a carcass or something, and they scream.
And they run back in? I know.
It's proper Sideshow Bob stuff.
It really is.
Oh, really, Cousin Merle? You should have seen it. It was awful. It jumped out on us.
I know.
Andy is just really glad to be with Brand.
Brand.
They all head downstairs and they get scared by the disabled man shaking his chains. They fall through a door and into the old kitchen. Andy falls on Brand and they almost kiss. Then they're spotted and the kids are winding them up because that's what kids do. Mikey tells them the map says that they're above a passageway, but they're not buying it until Chunk smashes this huge fucking canister of water that drains under the grate of the fire. They break through it and they find a passageway. Meanwhile, Data finds this printing press that makes counterfeit $50 bills.
Yeah. I just checked that.
Yeah, they get very excited.
I looked at that, how many years you would get for counterfeiting.
Oh, yeah, because she says 25 years, doesn't she?
Right, but I've got it down as... right, so, now this was an American thing, because it says a maximum sentence of 10 years if the holder intends to use the money, but if they don't intend to use the money, they'll get a maximum of 2 years. So you could just say, I wasn't going to spend it.
Yeah, you got to prove that you weren't going to spend
it.
I also saw that. It's a white-collar crime, isn't it? You know what I mean? White-collar crime, right. You get away with it. In fact, if anything, you end up in the fucking government. If you'd actually go for a job. Or a rapist, yeah, sure. On the $50 bill, John, the 18th US president, Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses.
I
love that we both went to such different places for that. Fucking hell.
I think I went to Not a Professor.
Yeah, you did, and I went to a cartoon from the 80s.
Oh, God, aye, Jesus. Ulysses, with they fucking amazing cars with the crazy wheels and all that?
No, are you thinking? No, was that?
Are you sure?
That Jason the World Warriors.
Oh, it might have been actually.
Same style of thing. No, Ulysses in the 25th century or whatever it was. It was basically the Iliad and the Odyssey, but it was in the cartoon. It was in the future.
Right.
More on that. Never. Ulysses S. Grant is on one side while the US Capitol is featured on the reverse. He was the president from 1869, sexy boy, to 1877. There you go.
No. Went the distance.
He's going for speed. Chunk tells him he can smell ice cream. He finds this walk-in freezer. I don't really know. Full of stuff and a corpse with a bullet between the eyes. It falls out just as the Fratellis return. The kids put the stuff back in the fridge, but also manage to trap Chunk in there too. They head down the tunnel and the Fratellis arrive. They see the broken water cooler jug on the floor and start looking around. They check the gentleman that's chained up. He better not have smashed those chains. I'm not going back to the zoo for another set. You cannot buy chains from a zoo. I googled it. I'm on a list. But also, I don't think they chain animals up anymore, from what I can tell. As well, they fucking shouldn't.
Yeah. But no, I don't think it's a thing now, is it? It's a...
The Fratellis, John, band formed in 2005. They're rubbish. It's music for Scottish people.
Where did they get their name from? Them.
They won the 2007 Brit Award for Best British Breakthrough Act. Chelsea Dagger, John, was the second single off the debut album Costello Music.
Right.
Number 90 in the Pavel Cernicek Czech chart. 33 in Ireland, so it was. And number 4, John, there.
The Netherlands.
Very good. Gold in Italy and 3 times platinum in the UK.
3?
So it was.
To be sure.
When they head upstairs, Chunk gets out. Mikey pokes his head through the fire grate and tells him to go tell the police. Chunk exits through the basement window. Down in the tunnel, Brand tries to take charge, but they need a light. Data's got these super powerful torch belt thing.
They're like halogen lamps, aren't they?
Yeah. Except the batteries don't last very long. It dies after like 10 seconds. Out on the road, Chunk flags down a car. And I've written it, I've taken it directly off the internet. Look, mister, I need a ride. My friends and I just had a run-in with these really disgusting people. You might have heard of them, the Fratellis. We found their hideout. Could you please take them to the sheriff's station? I can describe all 3 of them. And then the window winds down.
Then that light goes on. It's too funny, isn't it?
It's great.
It's brilliant.
It's very good. I mean, Chunk has probably all the best lines.
Oh, he's
other than the Fratellis, because Jake's.
Oh, the fights.
Yeah, some
the
of the stuff. I don't wear a hairpiece is brilliant from Joey Pants. It's so good.
Aye, Francis. What name, Francis?
Down in the tunnel, the kids find a series of pipes that they start banging and shaking. Turns out they're for the country club. They basically destroy the showers, and Troy sat on the loo reading Guns and Ammo gets shot through the ceiling with water.
Yeah.
None of this is how pipes work.
Well, I googled. Has
Did
anybody
you Google
died?
how the pipes work?
I know. I googled. Has anybody died by a nasty plumbing accident in the toilet? Right. So I've got. It says, while rare, there have been documented cases of people dying in the toilet due to plumbing issues, but most notably due to exposure to toxic fumes if they're attempting to unclog the toilet. So people have died on the toilet, but basically because of
to be honest, only a couple of nights ago, Rachel nearly died after my toxic fumes on the toilet.
I'll bet.
Robert Davi singing, John, right? Robert Davi is a singer. He's got albums. His first album, Davi Sings Sinatra, on the Road to Romance, hit number 6 on the Billboard Jazz charts. That's jazz music, not jizz music.
Yeah.
Praised for his vocal and voice interpretations, Davi debuted as a headliner at the Venetian Las Vegas 6 months after the record released.
The Venetian
also famous for smashing that helicopter and dying in Die Hard. Because those two are useless, aren't they? Those are absolutely fucking useless.
Pointless. I'm sure he's in one of the Maniac Cops, isn't he? I'm positive he is. I'll need to check it.
You might need to check that, because I've only ever seen the first one. Future episode.
It's
been on the list for years, that one.
Bruce Campbell. Whoa.
Guns and Ammo magazine, John, released 1958 for the first time, and currently apparently sells 420,000 copies a month, which is astonishing.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Americans, get on the internet. I mean, Americans, please don't get on the internet.
No, leave it alone.
It's owned by Kroenke Sports and Entertainment Company, John, who also own Arsenal FC.
Kroenke Donkey.
You could rename it Gunners and Ammo.
The Gunner. Oh, I see what you did there.
Football jokes.
I'm not any football, but even I got that one.
Yeah, well done. The pipes all burst. The kids have to run for it deeper into the earth. Back in the basement, Mama Fratelli's threatening to put Chunk's fingers in the blender. He grasses up the plan right away.
He goes like fuck, doesn't he? Just goes.
Tell us everything. Okay, I'll talk. In 3rd grade, I cheated on my history exam. In 4th grade, I stole my Uncle Max's toupee and glued it on my face when I was Moses in my Hebrew school play. In 5th grade, I knocked my sister Edith down the stairs and I blamed it on the dog. Love him. Downstairs, Andy freaks out when she sees a skeleton crushed by a rock.
Yep.
Back upstairs, and then my mum sent me to summer camp for fat kids, and then once during lunch I got nuts and I pigged out and they kicked me out. The kids have realised the skeleton is Chester Cobblepot. He never made it out. They go into his wallet and he has a Lou Gehrig baseball card.
Yeah, check that.
What did you get for him?
I just checked baseball cards in general, so it looks as if there's a Wagner 1909 to 1911. It's called a T206. The card became the first to get $1 million on the collector's market, so I don't even know who this Wagner is.
It's Wagner, Louis!
I thought it was Robert Wagner, Heart to Heart.
Is it a card of him keeping his
Just
wife's
standing
head
there with his
under
gun?
the water on the
Aye, I'll bet. Oh, God.
He may or may not have done that. Not litigious at all. Lou Gehrig, John, the first baseman who played his entire career with the Yankees. Boo. He contracted MND, motor neuron disease.
Yeah.
Or as it's called in the States, Lou Gehrig disease.
Lou Gehrig disease, yep.
You know, it's like calling shitting yourself after too many pints and a curry the planty disease, isn't it?
I know.
Data finds a bunch of candles, but it's obviously TNT and dynamite. They also find a key that looks like a skull and a tripwire that sets off a bunch of plastic boulders falling.
Yeah.
Which look like dog shit in 4K.
It dropped so slowly as well.
Yeah.
There's no weight in them whatsoever.
They escape the corridor by the skin of their teeth. Brand hears a noise behind a rock, and Steph, because she's a character, God put that rock there for a purpose, and I'm not so sure you should move it. And he does, and what comes out?
Bats.
Bat attack. The bats, John, were made of bow ties and papier-mâché. And were fired out of a cannon.
They were getting flapped a bit or something awful, weren't they, hitting them?
Back upstairs, Chunk's best bit. But the worst thing I ever done, I mixed up fake puke at home, and then I went to this movie theatre and hid the puke in my jacket. I climbed up the balcony, and then I made a noise like this. Blah, blah, blah. And then I dumped it over the side, and all the people in the audience, and then it was horrible, and all the people started getting sick and throwing up over each other. I never felt so bad in my entire life. And just as they're about to blend his hand, all the bats fly out. The fire grate.
But Davi's like, I love this kid.
Yeah, he loves
Loving it.
Joey Pants is great here. He takes his wig off, giving it, don't let them get it in your hair. And then Davi's doing this crucifix. He's like, watch your veins, Ma. It's great.
That is good, isn't it?
It's really good stuff. The kids downstairs find a waterfall and a cave full of money, including coins with Lincoln and Martin Sheen on. Steph says, that's Kennedy. Well, same difference. He played Kennedy.
Did he?
Yeah, Martin Sheen played Kennedy once in a TV miniseries in 1983 called Kennedy.
Ah, right, okay.
There you go. Get a better title. He was a better president in The West Wing. Let's be fair.
Right, true.
Mouth and Steph argue, but they realise it's an old wishing well. Steph stops them taking the money as it's someone else's wishes and dreams. And Mouth says, this one is mine, my wish and my dream, and it didn't come true, so I'm taking it back. And that's never explained, and that's really good.
Never?
I like that.
Aye.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Aye.
Upstairs, Jake puts Chunk in with the brother. He drops the doubloon that came with the map, and now they believe the story about the map and the treasure. They put him in with this guy and head away. Doubloons, John, a gold coin minted in Spain and its American colonies during the 16th and 17th centuries. The word comes from the Spanish word double, which means double. I'm sure we've done that in an episode before. Listeners,
Aye.
we've definitely done doubloons.
Lethal Weapon? Was it Lethal Weapon?
No, because it's
Aye.
Krieger Reigns.
Oh, no,
But yeah, it could
second.
be. Could be.
That's
Maybe
the second one.
what you're telling me is Richard Donner's obsessed with the blooms.
Yep, right. The bloomers.
Dead blooms now. Richard Donner.
Right.
Try directing
Dead Donner.
that motherfucker. Donner kebab.
Donna.
Hey, that's the one. There you go. Just took a run round the table.
I know. We got there eventually.
Story of my life. Chunk introduces himself, and we see that the guy looks like me? Question mark.
A slanty planty.
He's enjoying watching Captain Blood, by the way, John.
Yeah, see the theme tune at all.
1935 film with Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland.
Aye, is it The Mixed Adventures of Errol Flynn or something like that?
The kids are going to go up on the bucket rope of the well, and Troy's up there and he's going to pull them up. Mikey tells them that they can't give up. Goonies never say die. Bow, 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 bow.
I'm not a Goonie.
I'm not a Goonie, apparently. And he says, Chester Cobblepot, don't you see? Don't you realise? He was a pro. He never made it this far. Look how far we've come. We've got a chance. The next time you see Sky, it'll be over another town. The next time you take a test, it'll be in some other school. Our parents, they want the best stuff for us, but right now they've got to do what's right for them, because it's their time. Their time up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here. That's all over the second we ride up Troy's Bucket. Troy's Bucket's a good name for a band, isn't it? Right,
I know, shit, aye.
Yeah,
Troy's Bucket. Always picking up the ladies.
Next time we grow potatoes, it'll be in another town. And at the top of the well, Troy pulls out the bucket and it's got Andy's jacket on. Andy, you goonie!
Hello,
So
you Goonie! That's it. She's went to the dark side.
Yeah. The goon side. Downstairs, still chained up, Chunk throws a baby Ruth at the brother and hits him in the face, landing out of reach. He breaks his chains. Gee, mister, you're even hungrier than I am. And again, it's quite cute. Chunk and the brother introduce themselves. He's called Sloth.
Yep.
He feeds him chocolate and Sloth lifts him up and kisses him. Oh, you smell like Fizz Ed.
Did you find out what that was?
What,
physical ed.
PE,
Oh god.
PE, yeah.
I thought it was a drink.
You're a drink. 15 pieces of facial prosthetics were worn by the actor Mr. Matuszak. His lower eye was mechanical eye that blinked via radio control, as were the ears. Altogether, it took 4 hours of makeup to sculpt Sloth's face. The ears really fucking wound me up. You know, the moving of the ears?
Yeah.
Because ears don't do that.
Well,
John, turns out I'm fucking
they do.
wrong.
You're wrong. I can do mine. I can move my ears.
Well, I can't see because you've got fucking cans on.
Ready?
And the listeners can't
hang on,
see
hang on.
because it's a podcast, John.
Oh, I can move my ears very slightly.
Not quite like Chunks that go like fucking...
Aye.
He's got Shrek ears, isn't he?
Aye, he does actually, aye.
Apparently it is possible for people to make their ears move with jaw muscles, which John has just proved. So not only have we got physical proof, it's just not easy. As John also proved.
Exactly. You can't see it with the human eye, but you can feel it.
Baby Ruth, John introduced in 1920, originally called Candy Cake.
Candy cake.
Ah, yes! I didn't even think to write that down. But with 2 Ks, which is a little bit too close to fucking the KKK.
I was going to say
the KKK
candy one in.
Now, if we'd not already had 2 facts of the show already, I think this would blow me away. Not named after famous fat prick and Rounders player Babe Ruth, but named after President Grover Cleveland's daughter, Ruth Cleveland, who was known as Baby Ruth or Babe Ruth.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a new one.
Didn't turn out that nice. He also died at the age of 12.
Oh, for
Why,
fuck's
John?
sake.
Why must children die at the age of 12?
One's eating too many baby Ruths.
I was going to assume they didn't put her in a bubble.
Aye.
She'd still be with us now.
You'd have thought.
125 years old.
Still rolling about in that
She
bubble
was
though.
125 years old. Back down in the cave, they find a lot that fits the school key and they turn it. This causes a boulder to go down a track and the floor falls out under Data, who falls and almost lands on some spikes, but for these little chattering teeth pinches of peril.
Yeah.
Which again, that's not how science works.
Yeah, no.
Sloth heads down the hole as they pass the pipes. The Fratellis have got as far as Chester Cobblepot. Follow those size 5s, Anne Ramsey says. It's a size 7 in the UK, John.
Right, okay.
The Goonies all stop for a wee, because you would. Andy shouts for Brand. Brand sends Mikey. She grabs Mikey in the dark and kisses him. Steph sees it was Mikey, but Andy had her eyes shut. I think the line is something like, next time you kiss a guy, have your eyes open.
Get your eyes open,
ball game. The Goonies hear the Fratellis who are right behind them and run for it. Across this log over a river. The kids make it, but Data uses these slick shoes, which is oil coming out the back of the sneaks.
Yep.
How big were the where are the tanks for this?
I know. They were definitely, and he's pumping as well.
Oh, he was fucking pumping. The brothers make chase, and Joey Pants does this great Home Alone style slip, breaking his balls.
So good.
And then they both fall in the water. The kids are in the chamber with a skeletal pipe organ. And this is where the line comes in about I'm not Liberace, isn't it? Again, there's your Dan Belson reference.
Right.
They check the map, which tells them that they need to play the correct notes or die. Andy took lessons on the old bonephonium when she was 4, and they go, the first note works, causing this door to come down, this plastic door.
She's like, it's no Stein, didn't she? She's like, it's no Stein.
Stein.
I think we've done Steinways before.
Indeed we have. The second note doesn't and causes a big chunk of the ground to fall out from beneath her. It's like a fucking nightmare, isn't it?
I know. Aye, exactly.
Here come the Fratellis very slowly. Note 3 works and the door opens more, but 4 sends another bit of the floor away. The 5th one opens the door fully and they escape before the Fratellis can get to them.
Yep.
And they go down this amazing water slide.
That was
which
good,
as a kid
it?
was my favourite bit of the film.
Oh, that was good. Aye, that was good. The Fratellis don't need to worry about bloody playing any notes. They just go down on the outside of the bloody the outside of the floor.
Yeah.
Which I thought, what? After all that?
The world's longest water slide, John, is Escape in Penang in Malaysia, which is 1,111 metres or 3,465 feet long. The slide is located in a rainforest. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
The Cornish Maze in Saltash, Cornwall, is the longest water slide in the UK at 140 metres.
Right.
I feel like we're being shortchanged. Got to be honest.
Aye. We've been diddled.
Get me to Penang.
Penang. Yeah.
They land in the water and see a huge practical ship. The looks of shock, by the way, John, were real. Because I'd sent you that video, didn't I? Brolin.
Aye, Graham Norton. Graham Norton.
He'd never seen it before, and he went, "Oh fuck!"
Aye.
So they had to reshoot it.
Oh man, what a shame.
Which I think
I'd have just kept in his original faces in, but that was, imagine going to all this the trouble of hiding it for them and then swearing on the tape.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Prick. After the film, the ship was offered to anyone who would take it. Nobody wanted it, so the ship was scrapped.
Oh, what?
I know, yeah. Imagine us cutting around the fucking west coast of Scotland.
That'd be great, man. Aye. One-Eyed Willy's pirate ship, that'd be amazing.
The Goonies make it on board, and Andy finds a skeleton dead at the wheel. First mate Dagger Eyes, isn't he?
Aye, yeah. Take his eyes. Over the mask, innit?
Yeah. Data falls through a fucking gap somewhere, doesn't he, again? And he's like, Data's tired of falling, and he's tired of skeletons. Never trust a man who speaks in third person. Even if he has won an Oscar.
Aye.
The ship is bereft of gold and goodies, I've written. But they find a sketch of the cannonball chamber, and Andy sets something off, and a hidden door in the roof opens.
Yep.
Brand lifts Mikey up, and he wanders around. It's Willy's den. A table, which I think's number 10 on bingo, isn't it? Number 10, Willy's den.
Number 10.
A table surrounded by skeletons and piled with gold and jewels. At the head of the table's One-Eyed Willy. He says, I'm Mike Walsh. You've been expecting me. Sure.
It's a bit ominous, isn't it? It's like, what?
All right, knobhead. You fancy yourself a bit, don't you?
You've been expecting me reasonably.
One-Eyed Willy with a skeletal cat on his knee. Oh, that cat's dead. He tells Willy he's the first Goonie, and then turns around and sees the gang. They start to grab the gold and jewels, and Mike warns him not to take it from the scales. That's Willy's. Save that for Willy's.
Yeah.
Don't bother Willy between 4 and 5. That's Willy's time.
That's Willy time, aye.
They load up, and Mikey replaces his marbles with jewels in his little I was going to say his little ball bag.
His little that's what it is, isn't it? His marble bag.
It's going to get my fucking hard drive checked, isn't it? He tells them the story of the Hardy Boys doing a trail of gold to a cave, and then hiding in another to fox the Fratellis. But the Fratellis are right behind him, and they're like,
listening to everyone.
Right
It was
idea,
a good
kid.
plan. Good
Give us
plan.
the jills. The Hardy Boys, John, mystery-solving little pricks, Frank and Joe Hardy, created by American writer Edward Statermeyer, the founder of book packaging firm Stratemeyer Syndicate. The books were written by several ghostwriters. So basically, you write me some books, and I'll fucking make the books, and package the books, and sell the books, and I'll give
get
you
money for the books.
Yeah.
Aye.
They're basically the famous five for American kids, John.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but I never liked the famous five myself. No. Absolute fucking junior Tory pricks of the highest order. Desperate to ruin working lads' fucking businesses. They fucked over travellers, they fucked over tin miners, they fucked over cheeky rag bone men, they fucked over hard-working smugglers. Posh pulling up the ladder after themselves, cunts. That's what famous five were.
Give me 10-10 any day. Hergé's
Adventures of Tintin. Marginally less racist than Enid Blyton.
Oh,
as well.
he hated a Nazi, didn't he? He was always fighting Nazis.
Whereas I think probably Enid Blyton would have been a Nazi, given half the chance, and she'd have been on the old fucking Dogecoin, wouldn't she?
God, aye. Just sneezed there.
That was a Roman salute. Data manages to cause the Fratelli some hassle, but they ultimately grab the kids and the treasure off of them, including Mouth, who's like, aren't you the one they call Mouth? You're very quiet. And Ramsey's going, and she pulls this string of pearls out of his
mouth,
and then all these other jewels, which is just complete covered in so much slime.
Spit, I know. I wouldn't
and
have touched
I was like, mate, you're all right. It's post-COVID. You're fine. You keep those, kid. It's all right.
They've been sitting in a dusty thing for years now.
A
dusty
mate,
cave.
Yeah. Imagine how bad that would be for Mikey's asthma.
Oh, God. Asthma.
Andy gets made to walk the plank, and Bran jumps in to save her. And then Sloth and Chunk arrive, and this is, hey, you guys.
There's the line in it, hey, you guys.
And we're nearly there, listeners. We're nearly at the very, very end of this movie. Sloth wrestles the brothers and rips his shirt off, which he's got a Superman t-shirt underneath. And there's the little sting of the John Williams theme, which is really sweet. I like this little kind of... Yeah. And again, Richard Donner, you know, he's pulled the string. Pulled the string.
Oh, God, aye.
Pulled the string. Buy a Superman t-shirt, John, $14.99 from Zavi.com.
Nice.
I do buy a lot of Blu-ray steelbooks from Zavi.com, but they sell a lot of shite otherwise. And I get like 7 or 8 emails a week off of them. And I really wish I didn't, but I have to keep those emails there in case there's a steelbook I'm going to miss.
Oh, no. You just never know, do you? You never know.
Never know, so I have to put up with all their shite for that. In the water, Andy and Brand kiss. Where's your braces? I don't wear braces, Mikey does. Wait a minute.
Mikey!
Yeah. Sloth hoists the brothers into this sail, and now it's Mama's turn. Mama, you've been bad. Oh, I may have been bad. I may have changed you in your room, but it was all for your own good. And I was like, I mean, there's another family connection, because not only do I look like Sloth, but this woman is my mum. This woman is just as awful as my mother. She hugs Sloth and sings Rockabye Baby, and when she sings The Cradle Will Fall, break, fall. I only dropped you once, maybe twice. Yeah. He throws her into the water below. Cue some athletic man dressed like Ma climbing back onto the ship to get the loot because it wasn't fucking her.
It wasn't her, I know. Jesus, no varicose veins, no nothing. It was
They're grabbing loot and getting all the loot, and she even takes Willy's loot as well, which sets off these booby traps. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the kids are trying to light the way with candles, but instead it's dynamite, isn't it?
Dynamite.
Which sets off a cave-in. The kids escape with the help of Sloth, who tells Chunky he loves him before the cave-in flattens him, we think, and the kids get out. Why is dynamite in sticks, John and listeners? The design created by Alfred Nobel, you know him. He's the bloke who donated all of his money when he died to be in the Science Prize Award prick.
Very noble.
It allows for easier handling and controlled detonation by encapsulating the explosive nitroglycerin within a stable absorbent material. which can be moulded into rod-like shapes, making it safer to transport and use in controlled blasting situations compared to liquid nitroglycerin.
There you go.
The booby trap seems to be setting the sails of the ship on, and we see daylight through the holes in the cave. The kids all get out and their parents arrive. It's kind of sweet, especially Data. When Dad's photograph doesn't work, you can't hug a photo, and he says in Cantonese, "You're my best invention." And I was like, "Oh,
nice, isn't it?"
Sweet. Steph tells Mouth that he's quite cool when his mouth doesn't screw it up, and he says, "You're quite cool when your face doesn't screw it up."
Aye, that's good.
Sloth and the Fratellis arrive, and the Goonies stop the kids from arresting. Stop the cops from arresting Sloth.
Yep.
And then he lifts up a cop by the coat, which I think is not only resisting arrest, but is
it's
physical
some
assault
kind
of
of
a police
it's kind of
officer.
assault. Aye.
I mean, today, if this was today, he'd be fucking going down in a hail of bullets, wouldn't he?
Oh god, aye, yeah, he'd be out. He'd have a knee on his neck right away.
Jesus, he would. Chuck tells Sloth's coming to live with them now. He's not asked his mum and dad at all.
He's just said it.
Yeah.
You can come live with me.
Yeah. Did you notice his dad was wearing the same shirt that Chuck was wearing at the beginning?
No, the red one?
Yeah, no, the flowered one.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
aye.
So, and I know we did this in the Jurassic Park has been one of our
Jurassic
very
Park,
first
yeah.
episodes. But Dennis Nedry is dressed like
the
Mikey in the sou'wester and the hat, and Chunk in the
and the floral.
floral. Yeah.
I'm sure he does a grey one as well. I'm sure he does
the mouth
as well.
one. Yeah, when he's in the zip-up thing. Yeah, so he does. Yeah. So I'm not adding that to the list because we've probably got plenty.
We've done it.
I hope we've got plenty.
Got plenty.
Here's the bad guys from the start, and they get Dad to sign for the foreclosure. And Dad says, "I'm glad you kids are back safe, and that makes me the richest man in Astoria. Also the oldest man in Astoria. Because this guy at this point was 56 years old, but I'm not kidding, John. He looks about 100, doesn't he? The dad.
Aye.
He looks like he's the fucking granddad.
It's like John Walton. Aye, he's like John Walton towards the end of the Waltons, isn't he? Like
Very
the olden
much
times.
So. His name, John Keith Walker. But what he's best known for is writing the first 2 Free Willy films.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't write the third one because he was dead by then, but the third one is
They
dedicated.
could have tried. No, nice.
Not Free One-Eyed Willy, which is what they do in this film. Consuela, or whatever the fuck she's called, finds the marble bag of jewels, and they stop Dad from signing. And he's like, "There'll be no more signing today or ever again."
And then Love's up there, but then it fucking huddles him, like a cannon goes off in it, and behind him it's like on this paper, like what the fuck?
The press turn up and ask the kids if they were scared. Now, Data says the octopus was the scary bit, and I went, "What fucking octopus?"
I know. There must have been might have been a cutscene.
Yes, John, there is. There's a really bad deleted scene, which you can find, listeners, on YouTube, which I watched about 10 minutes before we came on, because I left it till we come on. Right. Fuck me. It's atrocious.
Is it bad?
I mean, the animal itself, the creature itself, is okay. Mm-hmm. So when they're all in the water, Steph gets... Mouth is behind Steph, and Steph gets obviously nibbled by the claws or whatever. And... she's like, "Mouth, stop it." He's like, "I'm not doing anything." No, stop it. I'm not doing anything. And then she gets pulled under, and it's by these tentacles. But it's like the Sarlacc, like the new Sarlacc. It's got a beak.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And so Data grabs his Walkman and puts it in its mouth, presses play and puts it in its mouth. You're going to think I'm making this... Everyone that's not seen this is going to think I'm making this up. Puts it in its mouth. And it's playing music... and the octopus dances away.
No.
It stops the octopus attacking them, and it basically moonwalks out of there. Mate, watch it after we've done this because it's fucking atrocious.
I need to watch this.
If I was a child and I saw that, I'd be like, "That's ruined. The film for me."
Aye, yeah. No, they've obviously seen that and went, "This is it's too much."
Let's take that out. Yeah, it's. I mean, listeners, go away and watch it, but also please don't. If you love this movie. Just then, the ship is sailing away past them, as you said, John. The cannons are going off. Mikey quietly says, "Bye, Willie. Thanks." Which, ironically, is what I said to my Willie when I turned 45.
When I got married, I said that as me as well.
I tell you what I'd be doing here, by the way. I'd be chartering a fucking boat ASAP to be getting some of they doubloons.
I know.
I'd be doubloon the shit out of this. I'm not just saving Astoria. I am the fucking king of Astoria. I'm like Homer. Yeah, I know what's different about you, Homer. You're covered in gold, and you're the biggest man.
Oh, yeah.
I would be fucking...
I'd be after that.
Those doubloons, mate, would be fucking funding this podcast for the rest of our days. And it would be millions to the fucking charity walk we're doing.
Oh, God, aye. I'd get every one of the boats for yours. I'd be like, boys, this way. Leave the shark. Get this.
Mate, I'd be like Freddie Flintoff in a pedalo. Do you know what I mean? I'd be all over it. Yeah, and that's the movie. And it's, do you know what? It's such good fun. It's great.
It's all right. It's good.
What else have you got? I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of bits and pieces.
Right, so handgun, and there was an M191A1.
Oh.
Somebody mentioned Harry Carey. Another name for it is seppuku. And it's a ritual suicide by disembowelment.
Is that when
Sounds
loads of
good, doesn't
blokes come on a woman? Is that what that is?
Aye, that's exactly what that is. Klutz is Yiddish for klotz, which literally means block or lump.
Oh, hey, did you get the dictionary out for that one?
Well...
Good lad. I knew sending you that dictionary would have been good.
It would. So the Black Swan is a shipwreck discovered off Gibraltar in 2007 with a treasure haul of 17 tons of coins valued at 500 million.
Hoi!
And pirates rarely bury treasure. There's few documented cases, so lies.
Gibraltar? I hardly knew her.
What you got?
The real-life banter between Joe Pantoliano and Robert Davi during their joint audition. That sounds sexy, doesn't it? Won them the roles for the movie. Astoria, Oregon is the filming location, founded in 1811. It is the oldest city in the state of Oregon. Astoria is the western terminus of the Trans-America Bicycle Trail, a 4,250-mile coast route. The other end is Yorktown, Virginia. Other notable movies filmed in Astoria include Short Circuit, Kindergarten Cop, Free Willy, The Ring 2, but not The Ring, and Into the Wild, which is going to happen to us on our walk.
No shit. They're going to disappear.
And the Ataris album, So Long Astoria, is named from the Goonies. There you go. That's all I've got. So while I top them up, John, how many do you think we got?
92.
Higher, baby.
102.
Higher, baby.
112.
Oh, no, never calm down. Free bass. 110.
Oh!
Brilliant.
Nice. I'm just happy with that.
That's all right. You happy with that, Meg? I mean, you're not here, so who fucking cares? Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, thank you, Meg, for picking that one. Really appreciate it.
Cool.
So the next thing for us to do, of course, is to shout out our fantastic patrons. Here we go. James, Lee, Candy, Oodles, Kieran, Jake, lovely Rob Jones, Jen, Megan. You've had enough shouts outs already. Why are we doing more? Dale, Ali, Maria, Paul Parks, Ian McComish, Nigel Davis, Dan Belson. Too many shouts out for you. Aaron Huggett, Joe Higgins, Biggie, Mono, Ian Graham, Gav McGill, Gav Belson, just so you don't feel left out because your brother's getting all the shout outs, Josh Wilson, Stig, Gadget, Rachel, and Phil. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, guys.
One final thing, John. What are we doing?
We're going to take a walk.
We're taking a walk on the wild side. And all the Scottish girls sing. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, we are doing a charity walk this year for James Allen, our friend and listener who we sadly lost last year to bowel cancer. We are giving our feet, question mark.
Our feet are doing
the
walking.
Yeah, we're doing the walking. So we are going to do a 25-mile trek. Somebody told me, I was working out west in that area today. Someone told me it's actually 26.5 miles, but
What?
judging it from the thing, it's 25 miles. But yeah, it might be 26.5 miles. So it could be a marathon. We might be walking a marathon a day. And we're taking Jen, his sister, and we're going to walk around, and other people possibly. But I just wanted to give an opportunity to shout that out. So please, look, this will be in the Just Giving. The Just Giving thing will be in the show notes. So it's justgiving.com/page/100things pod, or go 100things will have film.co.uk. Just give us a couple of quid. That would be really nice. If you're British, if you're in the UK, also do the gift aid thing, because that adds on it's like 20%, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
That's a fair amount. Yeah, it's good.
So I don't know half of these people, because we've already hit so we had a target, didn't we, of, was it like 300 quid?
300,
and we hit it in like a day, less than 24 hours. So we upped it to 500, and we hit that in like 2 days. And then we upped it to 750, which we've hit today, which is like five days in. So we're going to up that again. By the time you hear this, it's going to be 1,000. We're not going to up it after that. We don't think. We might do. Yeah. But yeah, I want to shout out some fantastic people that have given us some money. So I don't know half these people. John might, I might. But I'm just going to shout them out as to what it says in the list. So Rachel Plant, we know her. Linda Allen, thank you very much. I think that is James's mum. Love you very much. John, whoever that might be. Andy Cameron. Phil, we love you, mate. You've done
legend.
So much to share this. Thank you so much for sharing it on all your socials.
Cheers, bud.
Matty and Debs, Rich and Family, Stephen Hill, Chris and Leanne, Anonymous, we love you the most, Dan Laws, Kirsty Watson, who's that?
What?
Jackie, old Garland's colleague, Alex Troy, the name that launched 1,000 ships, Adam Go, Ian, that's Jen's husband, can't wait to meet you, Emma and Ernie, I think are from Sesame Street, Gemma McCormack, I'm going to stop doing this, Gemma McCormack, Barbara and Linda, Anonymous, Kieran Corrigan, our friend Kieran, Anonymous, Maureen and John Pratt, Stig, you lovely man, David Lim, you lovely. Right, David Lim, present. Money coming from New Zealand. Sue and Tom, Jill Calvert, anonymous person, Kate Harvey, John, Gareth Reed, anonymous person, Doreen, Eileen, come on Eileen, and come on us, in fact. So we are currently at £780, which is 104% of our £750 target.
Brilliant.
Oh God! It's been a week, hasn't it? Like it's been such a weird week of ups and downs, and
but we've got there money wise. We're doing well.
Fantastic things,
but we'll probably up it.
Yeah. Looks like I've been talking to a few press outlets, so hopefully we'll get some press stuff, and we'll do some. If we get £1,000 for it's for Teesside Hospice, by the way, for Teesside Hospice.
Yeah.
So if you are, and I know we've got loads of listeners in the northeast. If you're in Newcastle and Sunderland, stop being a prick and give some money to Teesside Hospice. They're amazing. The video of James, we'll share the video of James at some point.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. If you want to hear James, on this very podcast, it was Young Frankenstein, wasn't it?
Yep.
He had a fact. Jenny had a fact.
Yep.
It was so good. So lovely to so lovely to have him on. But anyway, look, that's the thing we're doing. We're always doing something, aren't we?
I know.
We're always doing fucking something.
Yeah, it's always something for somebody else, which is the way to go. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, because that's how I was fucking brought up. Do you know what I mean? That's how I was brought up. If
I'm the
there's
same.
anybody else
Exactly
that needs fucking something, you do it. And next year, look, give us a shout, listeners. And if you want us to do something for you next year, we'll do something next year. But this is particularly special to us, isn't it? This is really special to us because
it means a lot.
James and Jen listened together, and at the end especially. So anyway, look, I'm gonna cry.
Me too.
It's not Banker Dave. I'm not Banker Dave again, is it? I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying, pricks.
You're
Yes, give us all your fucking money. John, follow that.
No, I can't call it. Just to say that the 26 miles we're walking, it'll be worth every penny. It'll be worth every penny to give that to hospice. Yeah. So glad to do it. It's especially watching the video, listening to James's recording. It was such a special thing for him to do, and the amount of support they gave him towards the end was amazing. So happy to walk 2 miles more, maybe 3 miles more, just to get some extra money.
You don't look happy to walk 3 miles more, John.
I will. I'll walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more.
I learnt today there's a really good boozer on the way, so if we need to dump you because you've got bad feet, we can.
Oh, please do. Please do.
And the rest of us will just carry on.
You can do it on e-scooter, can you know? Nah, I'm okay. I'm going to do it. I will do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I know you will. Absolutely. So yeah, look, give where you can. 100thingstolearnfilm.co.uk. It's the top link at the minute on there, so to do that. But look, fucking hell, we've got a film podcast. Boy, we've planned some stuff out. John, what episode are we doing next? Because you've picked the next episode. I'm quite excited. I've never seen.
So
you've been banging on about this for 3 years, by the way, and I've just ignored you, and I can't ignore you no more.
I used to listen to an album called Breaking Glass, and I did not know it was from a film. Right. So the person singing, called Hazel Connor, is actually an actress. So it's like A Star Is Born. So it blew my mind the fact that this woman could sing, well, professionally, and she made this film, which I love every track on it. And it's a bit of time in me and Planty's life. I think it's around about stuff that we all sort of remember, strikes and stuff like that. So I'm really, I'm happy to do it. I can't wait. Can't wait.
So that's the next episode. Breaking Glass.
Breaking Glass. Yep, he's never heard it. Never heard of it. But it's in full on YouTube. So if you're listening to this now, go and watch that, because next week we'll be doing that. We're doing it. All
right, but for now, she's been Meg with a 70mm fucking film camera. I've been Planty. He's been John, and this has been 110 things we learned from the Goonies. John, you Goonie!
Ah, Goonies! See you guys.
See ya.